What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU, and of course, Spider-Man No Way Home. If you thought that the hype would calm down after the first trailer came out, well, that does not seem to be the case. This trailer pretty much only made the hype get even bigger, showing us a glimpse of the Spider-Verse that is to come by showing us Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, showing us a pumpkin bomb, and other parts of the Sinister Six as well. Now, we did not see the other two Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. But have no fear, they will be in the movie. Whether or not they'll show them in the next trailer or the one after that, or simply save them for the movie, who knows. But in the meantime, I think I have something that could hold people over for just a little bit. We have some of their lines that they're going to be saying in Spider-Man No Way Home, speaking to each other, speaking to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, speaking to the villains, all from a very reliable source. In fact, this source gave us a description of what the teaser trailer was going to show weeks before it even came out. And when it came out, it was pretty much exactly like this person said. And I know you are really going to enjoy some of these lines, like this line that comes from Tobey speaking to Tom and Andrew. He says, "We can beat them together." Obviously, this is about them fighting the Sinister Six. So lots of cool stuff to break down today. But first, I'm going to show you something so incredibly cool that I think a lot of you are going to really like. Thank you so much to Displate for sponsoring this video and sending me these awesome posters. Displate is a one-of-a-kind metal poster with a revolutionary magnetic mounting system. There are 0 tools required to mount this on your wall. It's very safe for your wall, and since they're magnetic, you can swap them in and out. These posters are of insanely high quality, and they are super durable since they're printed on metal. Each one is printed on demand, and these are licensed products. For example, this Loki poster is a licensed Marvel poster. There are over 1.4 million designs that you can choose from, ranging anywhere from movies to comics, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, sports, or if you're a K-pop fan like me, K-pop. Also, 1 Displate sold equals 1 tree planted, so you're doing some good here too. And they have really fast delivery on these too when you order them. If you love posters, Displate is the way to go, and you can get a discount when you click on the link in the description down below. So the line I want to start with, even though I've already given you one, is one that I find particularly pretty funny, and I've seen several memes about this line already, and it is this stuff coming out of you? This is from Tom Holland to Tobey, who of course, Tobey is the only Spider-Man that we've seen who actually produces the webs. He doesn't actually have web shooters, and this is something that I've actually always personally liked about Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Now, I'm not going in any particular order of the movie, just simply stating some of the lines that are listed here, and another one is from Willem Dafoe to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, where he says, "The wizard said he'd get us back to where we came from, but we can't go back." Now, obviously, this is the Green Goblin talking to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and he's saying they can't go back because they were taken right from where they died. So if they get sent back to their own universe, they'll get sent back to right before they died, and it'll lead to them dying. So obviously, they don't want to go back. And speaking of them dying, here's a line from Electro to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Well, if it isn't my murderer." Because we all know what happened at the end of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Here's an interesting one. This is Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and he says, "We are who we choose to be, now choose." And this kind of sounds like the Green Goblin is manipulating Tom, probably telling him something along the lines of, "The other Spider-Men killed us. Do you want to be a killer? You don't have to be. The other Spider-Men were, but you don't have to be. You can set us free." Pretty much right now we know that Doctor Strange is going to somehow keep all of these villains locked up. And unfortunately, it's Tom Holland's Spider-Man that lets them out. And it sounds like it somehow might be due to the manipulation of the Green Goblin. He also posted this weeks before the trailer came out, and here's a line that we saw in the trailer. "You've never done anything on this magnitude. Strange, don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous." Wong to Doctor Strange. We saw this. And just for reference, this was literally posted like 50 days ago, so way before the trailer came out, so all of this is legitimate. Here's another Electro to Andrew Garfield line. "I'm gonna kill the light, so everyone in this city is gonna know how it feels to live in my world. A world without power, a world without mercy, a world without Spider-Man." He seems like he could be just a tiny bit bitter. And the cool thing is that it does also kind of seem like some of the lines are going to come from their original movies, or at least derived from them. For example, here's a line from Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout, down came the goblin and took the spider out. Sounds a little familiar, huh? And I can't wait till he actually says this to our Spider-Man, Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Here's another one that was in the trailer, again proving this is true because this was 50 days ago. Doctor Strange to Tom Holland, we tampered with the stability of space-time. Another one that was proven true. After Mysterio revealed my identity, my entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you can go back in time and make it so that he never did. And here are 4 lines that I really love. And I think a lot of people, if you are big Spider-Man fans, which I know a lot of us are probably going to get pretty teary-eyed at some point in time in this movie, whether it's an emotional scene or it's just simply seeing all 3 Spider-Men together. Whether they're happy tears, emotional tears, I think they're coming. This is one from the very first Spider-Man that hits me right in the nostalgia. Tobey to Willem Dafoe. I have a father. His name was Ben Parker. In which it seems like Willem Dafoe says, Godspeed, Spider-Man, but he says this not to Tobey Maguire, but he says it to Tom Holland. Then this is from Tobey to Tom. You're Ben. How did he die? And you automatically know this is going to be a super emotional scene. And the last line that is listed here says, You're not alone, you have us. Tobey and Andrew to Tom. Now, if you can just visualize these scenes, visualize Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland all talking to each other, you can get a tiny little glimpse of just how epic this film is going to be. And just based off of some of this dialogue, I can tell, like most of the leaks have said, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is most likely going to be the main villain and leader here of the Sinister Six. However, and I'll be sure to mention this in another video that I'll be doing soon, it does seem like Sandman might actually be a good guy. After all, at the end of Spider-Man 3, him and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man parted ways kind of peacefully. Peter said, I forgive you, and the Sandman went away. He didn't actually die. I think he's the only villain that didn't actually die. So all of this revenge and this bitterness that all of these villains have, Sandman doesn't really have that. If he gets sent home, he'll probably just get sent back to his sick daughter, which is probably something that he wants. So there is the possibility that he could actually be a good guy, but I'll talk about that in another video. Now, of course, I want to end it with the biggest and best line that we could possibly ever get in this Spider-Man No Way Home film. It would be a waste if we did not hear these words. Tobey Maguire to Tom Holland. Don't ever forget these words. With great power comes great responsibility. Seriously, if you don't feel something during this line in the movie when it happens, I don't even know what to tell you. Just reading it, knowing that it comes from Tobey Maguire to Tom Holland gives me chills. And I really hope that we see it in the movie. Again, this was all posted about 50 days ago, way before the trailer came out. And this person also posted a description of the trailer, which ended up being true. And some of these lines in here we heard in the trailer. So we have no reason not to believe that these aren't actual lines, actual dialogue that is going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. So just another confirmation of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, and some awesome lines from what's going to be a pretty epic movie. So let me know what you think about these in the comments down below, and if you want to stay up to date on everything in the MCU and Spider-Man, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. And of course, for live updates, you can always follow me on Instagram and Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.